Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Deep in the end zone, it's Robinson. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So Pittsburgh's offense will have the football first. Mason Heinzel led his team to a win, throwing 4 touchdown passes the last time out. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Hits inside, it's Turner. Gets some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. Got it. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in 3-step. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws quickly. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. This time, stopped in the backfield and finding the sledding a little tougher than on that last run.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line's going to have to play a lot better here.
Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use the timeout. It's their 2nd. They burned a couple early, now down to just 1 timeout to work with. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Powers inside. Got an alley. There he goes. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond, and the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop. And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Setting up the screen. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Pitt will line up to punt it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. So the Michigan Wolverines offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Jordan Marshall, he had more than 250 yards and a couple of scores in their victory in the last game.
And he has been as advertised. You're talking about him being a star coming into the season, and through the first part of the season, he's toting the mail. He's doing it all for this squad. Last week you saw him put up big numbers. It starts and ends handing the ball to the running back, setting the tone, Jesse, for this offense.
He looks bigger and faster to me, and I wasn't sure he could be that after how good he was a season ago. But this guy spent a lot of time in the gym and out running in the offseason. And the incredible part is he's putting so much production out every single game. When the defense knows he's getting the ball each and every play, it still doesn't matter. At this point, nobody can stop him.
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll give it to him again. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
And that quarterback knew the counter run was going to work on that play because he counted the box defensively before the snap. He saw that he had an advantage in numbers and blockers getting a hat on a hat, so he knew that was a green light. As soon as he got the snap, off they go, and it's an explosive play.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're
Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback keeps it. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting.
Oh, a lot of space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they close the deal with a 39-yard run to the house. He'll return it. He stopped right there after a short return, was looking for running room, and the coverage unit wasn't having it. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Back to pass on 2nd down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And this defense picking up right where it left off. Last week put a great game together, really shut down an opponent. Now you can tell, man, they're going to make you earn everything you get. This offense is going to have to find a way to find some holes because we haven't seen in the last couple weeks.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you could tell last week this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
Bottled him up. Not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we are ready to get back to it and open the second period. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Pick your poison, right? When he gets outside the pocket, man, what do? Do I play the pass and stay back deep? Or do I come up and try to make a tackle? I'm not going to give up a big play and give up an easy pass, so it's just easy pickings for this quarterback because of his athleticism.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Quarterback changing the play. Here's Underwood to throw. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Underwood from the gun on third down. Left side is Marshall. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with first and goal because of great third down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Panthers offense comes out ready to go on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Drops back on first down. Out wide left, it's Kent. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Second down, going to throw it. Right side, it's Hicks. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain. Michigan choosing to spend its final timeout here. And now they'll have to go the rest of the half with no timeouts remaining. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Turner. Nowhere to go.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Wants to go up top on second down. Here comes the heat. And it's a sack.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. And this is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success because right now they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout. And man, oh man, can these guys use a score to cut into this lead. They kick it away on 4th down. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll try the right side. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime, maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
Handoff again. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Trying to slip through and pick it up. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a 1st down.
And it's not a surprise so far in how this game is unfolding. Like, they're going to continue to feature this dude. Like, 3rd downs, get him the football. Shoot, 1st downs, you're going to get him the football. Had a good start to this football game, and I expect we're going to continue to hear his name over and over in this one.
Caught on the RPO. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He's taking the shot. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Motion from the back. Underwood in the gun on 3rd down. Snags it. Gets it out across the 40. Stopped short of the line to gain. They'll mark it at the 41, and might they choose to go for it here.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood that...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. The give on 4th down. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Pittsburgh sideline, I can tell you this crowd has played a factor early in this game. On the road, in a hostile environment, they have not been able to get going in this game. They have failed to score, not productive on their early drives, and they are talking about how the crowd noise is impacting them. I see them talk to each other, trying to tighten things up with the line of scrimmage. This is a factor. This crowd is making a big difference here so far. Guys?
Okay, Holly. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Oh, he had it, and he dropped it. Almost one of those big plays he's known for. It'll be 3rd down.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Left side is Yates. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Pittsburgh.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. last set of downs going up top. Out wide left, it's Hicks. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. It is good! And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. We begin our wraparound with Clemson taking on the number 10 team, the Penn State Nittany Lions. And it's Clemson coming away with the victory in one of the highest scoring games we've seen all season. This will push them to 2-0 on the season. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the standings. Now over to your game inside the Big House. What a first half for that superstar back. He's already over 100 yards today, and he's done it with tough physical running, but also elusive speed. And that combination has his team 2 quarters away from a nice win. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
Pitt will kick off, ready to get things started here in the third quarter. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. We check in with Holly Rowe.
Catching up with the Wolverines head coach at the half. They are going to continue to feed their running back. As you know, there are a lot of high expectations on him to start this game, and he has performed a terrific first half. They are going to get the ball here, and let's see if they continue to go to this running back. He has been a difference maker so far. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Play action with Underwood. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down. The Wolverines decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Typically at this spot on the field, you make a fair catch. I'd call that risk aversive, but it is good field position. The Panthers offense comes out ready to go to work. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Hit and drop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Might as well run him again. Hit and stop right there. Not much on that pickup. Hit right back to the line. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Out wide right, it's Lee. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
They'll ride him again. Sees an alley. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. Right at the line. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. And the Panthers are marching down the field.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to need to see from this offense, man. Once the field starts to shrink, you get on this side of the field, you're down by 10 points, man. You need to put the ball in the end zone. Like, you're thinking touchdown, not field goal. And they really got to be physical, establish this run game, and do everything they can to get 7 on this drive.
2nd and long here. The fake that wants to throw. He's going to take off. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
These are the plays that don't show up in the stat books, right? Like, a great job. Look at him. He does an awesome job. Instead of taking the sack, clearly wanting to throw the football, scrambles around, gets some positive yards. It doesn't go down as a huge gain, but these are the plays that get you W's.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
That is a play the offense absolutely had to have. They're trailing, right? This is a big 3rd down, but what a great job by the QB and his target being on the same page, hooking up for that big-time play. Now they're in the red zone, and all of a sudden they got a chance to score a touchdown.
It's complete. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. They put the brakes on it.
All right, this offense just keeps trying to pound the ball into the end zone down tight, but the defense, they're very, very physical. So I think you got to think about either a perimeter run, a potential run-pass option, or let your quarterback try to go make a play thrown.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Oh, pressure's coming. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're over looking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He's looking to throw. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Panthers. Gets it into the end zone. They'll line up to go for 2. From the gun. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Guys, here on the Michigan sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards and good things are happening.
He's past the marker. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They go play action. Bryce Underwood rolls right. On the move, he fires. Pulls it in. It's Marsh. Gets enough for the 1st down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. We take a moment to look at the stats of what has been a tight ball game. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking for a gap. It's Marshall. Got enough for the first down. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. What a game he's had. Third touchdown of this one and 5 on the season.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Pitt Panthers offense out there to go on the attack. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Finds his target. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
The Panthers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Selling the fake. Rush right in his face. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use the timeout. It's their second. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. The Panthers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Keeps it himself. And he stopped right there, no gain on the play.
These offenses are so hard to stop when you run the option because they play the quarterback well. They get it to the running back. The defense looks pretty good, but 3rd and short, they get the yardage they need, and they move the sticks.
Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Look out! Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. All kinds of room to the right. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Get the sack, getting the fumble.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Tight end now in motion. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. This offense has it with really good field position. Wide receiver comes in motion. Makes a great... Got enough space. Touchdown, Michigan. And they take it in for
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Pittsburgh sends out the offense to start this drive. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
Pitt pushing the pace.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Got some green grass. There he goes. They just gashed the defense on that one. They've got it down to the 23. Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do?
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
Rush is on. Finds his target down the middle. He gets it inside the 20 to the 19, but they still have a ways to go, and it'll be fourth down. Snapped it, he has to have it. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. And the Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Picked up 4 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the fourth quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
Inside the 40. Crosses the 30. He's got to lay it. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. The Wolverines back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll move the tight end. Throwing, Underwood. It's dropped after taking the hit.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Back to throw, it's Underwood. Under pressure. Right side, it's Hansen. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
The give to the left side. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down decision. Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Still looking to his right. Out wide right, it's Hansen. Not going to make it, and the fourth down gamble backfires. The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. First play of this drive. Got it in the middle, it's Lee. Oh, he's getting ahead of Steve. The 30, the 20, the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
That's an impressive touchdown there, considering the plays this defense, particularly the secondary, has already made against him. And we knew this quarterback was going to come into this one, David, and be aggressive. There aren't many people who really scare him, and the defense has made him pay. A couple bad decisions, a couple great plays on the back end, one-on-one. But this guy's still taking the shots. He's not backing down, and he's got his offense back on the board.
I think that's the most impressive part. He made some mistakes, and a lot of times you see people that they go in a shell, right? They make mistakes. They can't rebound. They can't find the answers to continue to keep making plays. Make the next play. Make the next play. Now down the stretch to give your team the lead, man. So impressed with the way he's handled adversity and bounced back from some mistakes.
They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.